Miguel! Forget about the 9 holes, Dex. It's all about the 32 characters. Welcome back, guys, to Fog Entertainment. We are here to rank all 32 characters from Dexter Season 3. So, yes, 32 in total. A lot to get through. We're not going to waste too much time. I think with that said, let's get straight into it. But first of all, a little mention here to Season 3. People thought it was underwhelming. People say it's one of the weaker seasons of Dexter. I disagree. Just because it wasn't as good as 1 and 2, and just because it got definitely outshone by Season 4, doesn't mean it was a bad season of Dexter. I think it had one of the better characters in Miguel. Or the chemistry between Miguel and Dexter was great. Jimmy Smits, great actor. Loved to see him. And we also got the debut season of Quinn, which I thought was another good addition to the show. Yeah, there were some bad moments, and you know what? I think the main villain, the Skinner, George King, could have been a hell of a lot better. But overall, I still thought Season 3 was a decent... Actually, I thought it was a good season of Dexter.
Yeah, it was a good season. I think it was quite comfortably like a 7 out of 10, which I think is a fine season for a TV show. If this is your worst season to date, then I think you've got a good show.
Yeah, I think you got a good show as well, but let's get into
the characters though.
Well, let's get into these characters. So, in 32, last place, we've got Francis.
Francis, that great character, that character that was phenomenal. Only joking, guys. Sarcasm, alright? I have to start you early here.
Clearly doesn't know who Francis is, which is actually worrying.
I will hit me with it then.
Francis is the woman that works in the records department.
Well, there we go. I knew that. Yeah, the black woman that works in the records department.
Now you know what you didn't know there. 31st place.
Every scene was the same though with Deborah, by the way. Oh, you're looking for your Harry was a dirty dog. I mean, come on. 31st spot though.
Yuki Amado.
Right, this storyline went nowhere, man. It's so much better that Quinn is feuding with Dexter now than this one.
Now, I think there is worse characters, but the reason I put her second last is just because I felt like there was potential here with this Quinn story. I felt like it was going somewhere, and it just absolutely went nowhere. And by the end of it, I was thinking, well, what was the whole point?
Yeah, because look, going into like future seasons, it's like they trust Quinn. Quinn's one of the team.
Yeah, now...
But here it was like, oh, we can never trust him.
Oh, Yuki's got dirt on Quinn. She got dirt on Quinn. Then she revealed what actually happened. And then Quinn just had a word with Deborah, and it was all squashed. And it was like, well, what was the whole point of building that up?
Pointless.
Waste of time. 30th place, we've got Anton Briggs. Just there, really, as a love interest for Deborah. Really boring.
Yeah. You know what?
I mean, normally Deborah picks good men. Yeah, the ice truck killer, Lundy.
Is it safe to say that Deborah is the second biggest character in this show when you look at it across the board?
Probably.
Right, top 5 easy. So see when you've got like one of the biggest characters in the show and you've got their spouse, they have to be good. They have to be of some sort of...
And I also think he dragged Deborah down this season.
He did, and when you factor in Robert, I know she's got a lot of spouses, right? But when you factor in Frank Lundy, you factor in the ice truck killer, even that guy that she went to the gym with like 3 times, he was fucking better than Anton.
Aye, the children's book writer.
Aye.
Forget his name, but Joe Lopez
Anton
or something.
is just so boring. He's got like no emotion. He was getting carved like a Christmas turkey by George King, and he still made it boring.
I mean, if George King was going to eat that, he'd put a bit of seasoning on it because there's not much flavour here. 29th place, we've got Tegan Campbell. She was one of the junkies that got skinned by the Skinner. I mean, not really a lot more to add with that. 28th place, we've got Tammy Okama. She was the party host that Masuka got in contact with. I mean, she literally only had a couple of scenes. Felt like an okay character, but when you've got 2 scenes, like, what can you do?
Aye, you're going to be low down.
27th place, we've got Camila Fig. She got some of her little pie, and she said goodbye. Season 3.
Dexter killer. I actually thought she's alright.
She's alright, but let's be honest, she spent Season 3 on her deathbed, so...
Barely able to speak.
You know, it is what it is. I mean, 27th could be a bit generous. 26th, we've got Mario Estargo. Now, Mario Estargo, he was the man that was working for Skinner, cutting down the trees. He got taken into custody, witness protection.
You're serious, man, senor. El Salvador.
Yeah, this guy bricked it when he was... I mean, fuck, when he found out about Skinner, he was wanting to get deported. Must be the only South American that actually wants to get this.
We'll get to him in due time, but see George King, man, he's absolute shite.
I don't know if he was shite, but he wasn't great, like, was he? I mean, he was bang average.
No. Nah, we'll get to him.
Even the way Dexter kills him, it's not even a serious kill.
He
It's
just
like,
fucks him off.
you think you're messing with me? He just breaks his arm and chucks him over the fucking balcony.
Deborah runs him over.
Right, 25th place, we've got Laura Moser. Don't really think it was the season that featured the most Laura Moser flashbacks, to be honest. That's why she's pretty low down. 24th place, we've got Nathan Martin. Nathan Martin.
Sounds like a guy that would play for a 7th tier English football team.
Nathan Martin.
Just nothing to
The
him.
Cereal Man, that's who that is. Aye, the Cereal Man. So he was preying on Astor. He had a bunch of kids' pictures on his, devices. So maybe he should have been last. But we're stuck him in 24th place.
Yeah, obviously he should have been last, right, based off morals. But he was an actual alright character.
See when he had the wee stared him with Dex, he felt like he had a wee bit of something to him.
Aye.
I don't know.
God milk.
23rd place, we have Toby Edwards. Toby Edwards. This is the guy that was trying to be Dexter. He was impersonating the
Bay Harbour Butcher.
Bay Harbour Butcher, son. And then, he tried to help Dexter, and Dexter repaid him by killing him. Not very nice.
I'm doing it for you, buddy.
22nd place, we got Cody Bennett. 21st place, Astor Bennett. I think in terms of the kids, this is probably the season that they have the least amount to do. Season 1, I think they feature a bit. Season 2, I think, with the whole split between Rita and Dex, and then the fact that he brings Lila into their life, and then she kidnaps them. Season 3, though, I don't think they really did much in Season 3.
But, yeah, we've watched Season 4. I think they begin to get a wee bit more development there, but here, pretty middle of the pack, almost.
Right, middle of the pack. 20th place, we've got Xavier Garza. So, yeah, Xavier Garza.
No complaints there. 19th spot, we have got Ellen Wolf. I hate it, Ellen Wolf. Tell you what, man. I think Big Miguel was justified.
Yeah, but you know what? I think she did a decent job of being that kind of smug defense lawyer that you want to get.
Yeah, but she took pride in her work. It's like, why not accept, you know what, I get guilty guys off from doing time, but I'm not really proud of it, but it pays the bills. It was almost like, get it right, Rooney Miguel, I let innocents die, and I'm proud of it, fucking yeah.
But then again, does that not play into Dexter's hands? Does Dexter not want more people like Ellen Wolf?
To get people
See, I don't think Dexter could really understand where Miguel's coming from. Miguel's like, she's allowing all these criminals back on the street. She's allowing criminals to get away with murder. She's not getting justice for families. But Dexter's probably thinking, well, here, that's the kind of lawyers I want, because that gets people back in the street for me. So Ellen Wolf might be an antagonist as far as Miguel's worried, but for Dexter, I think he's grateful for people like Ellen Wolf.
Of course, yeah, I totally agree, but I think Miguel was justified, man. Borderline justified.
Borderline. Up next we have
George King.
18th place, George King.
Right, the worst killer so far. The worst main killer. Obviously, you get killers that are like one-offs or whatever, but a full season dedicated to some gardener that has torturing skills for the El Salvador cartel does nothing for me.
Well, if we're talking main antagonists so far, and I mean, if you're gonna throw, if you're gonna say that the Ice Truck Killer, if you're gonna call Brian, Dokes, Lila, Miguel, and George King, if that is your main 5 antagonists so far through the first 3 seasons, he is undoubtedly the worst.
His kills are just boring. His dialogue is even worse. I can't even remember one quote from the guy. Like everyone else you just mentioned there.
Barely any interactions with Dexter.
Yeah, if any.
Barely any interactions with anybody. Just a sneaky little guy who cut trees.
It could have got interesting when him and Miguel were in contact, but then that went nowhere.
Yeah, I thought that was going to lead to something. I thought, here, you know what, George King's got 2 episodes to redeem himself.
They said El Salvador would come out, and then he didn't come out.
That partnership didn't even happen. 17th place, we've got Sylvia Prado. not bad, but in my opinion,
He's
not
all cheating
great.
on me. What are you doing?
She was probably just as annoying as Rita. We just didn't really get to see her as much.
Yeah.
Probably moaned to Miguel like Rita moaned to Dexter. 16th place, we have Oscar Prado. I liked Oscar Prado, but he did die in episode 1. You know, think of that much time.
Yeah, so 16th spot.
I think he was in like one scene, 2 scenes.
The Prados were decent though. I like the Prados.
15th place with Barbara Gianni. She let Batista off with a warning. Looks like they were going to date. Nothing really came from it. She disappeared out of Batista's life in season 4.
And he went with Big Maria. Maria.
Thoughts on Barbara?
Alright, but I tell you what, 15th might be... Well, I say 15th might be a wee bit high. She's above people like Ellen Wolf and King by a shoestring, so maybe not.
14th place, we've got Billy Fleeter. This was the first kill that Dexter and Miguel did in person. Well, actually, Miguel did it, Dexter watched.
It was brilliant. I mean, the guy himself's not good, but he was involved in a lot of good scenes, so...
Yeah,
that elevates you in my book.
Yeah, obviously they went into his house, they found his baseball bat that he used to batter people with, so it is what it is. 13th place, we've got Maria LaGuerta. You know what, I just don't like Maria. I don't think you're supposed to like her. Even in Original Sin, I think we're just saying that she's not a likeable person.
But why is that? I mean, it's obviously the way they've written it, but it's like... I just don't see the need to write her like that. It's like, for the get-go, you're right, Original Sin, it's like, no one in this department likes her.
She arrives, though, and the first thing she's done, she's already thrown that department under the bus.
Yep.
And I wouldn't be surprised if we see Maria in Original Sin undercut Captain... What's the guy? Captain...
No idea, can't remember. It's not Captain Matthews.
No, Captain Dempsey, is it?
I think it's Dempsey, aye.
I wouldn't be surprised if we see her undercut her way to the top.
Yeah, maybe his removal via her could how we see Matthews or something, but Matthews never liked her. I mean, Harry doesn't seem to mind her, but...
Dempsey didn't trust her.
She's just a bit weird. She's never going to rank high, but she... I mean, I think she's probably the worst character. Well, she's not the worst character, but she's probably like the worst main character. There's no one doing a Dexter tier list putting her at the top.
No.
Like, I can see why people would put Masuka at the top, Batista, Dokes, Deborah, Dexter. If you're putting Maria LaGuerta at the top, you've something wrong.
Yeah, they all seem to have qualities that you could argue makes them the best. I don't know what Maria's qualities are, but it is what it is. Right, 12th place, we've got Ethan Turner. He liked his golf. He also liked getting on cruises, but he didn't get to exit this cruise. Dexter made... Well, I think he exited in the golf cart.
It was cruise
or
control.
The golf club.
It was cruise control. Dexter killed him. Very sloppy kill for Dexter, though, in the end. Pretty much revealed Miguel's whole plan.
Miguel!
18 holes, buddy.
11th place, we've got Rita. Again, didn't really do much.
I don't think she was that bad this season.
Called it Miguel.
Yeah.
While you were sleeping against Sylvia. Well, you know, technically not sleeping with Sylvia, but why are you cheating on Sylvia?
As for Rita, right, I don't think it was her most annoying season. So, 11th spot.
10th spot, we've got Clemson Galt.
Yep, I remember Clemson Galt. I thought Clemson Galt was actually a pretty good antagonist. You know, the neo-Nazi that Miguel and Dexter took down for the courtroom.
Again, a lot of these people only get one episode, though.
But they get it dedicated to them with, like, Miguel and Dexter on the same page.
Yeah, I like Clemson Galt. It would have been better if it was one of those ones that lasted 2 episodes. Because I'm pretty sure Billy Fleeter, I'm pretty sure that kill was over 2 episodes.
Yeah.
Because Dexter originally calls it off. But Clemson Galt was a one and done, which is fine. I enjoyed Clemson Galt.
He makes the top 10, though.
He does. 9th place, we've got Freebo. Freebo, again, dealing drugs. Killed by Dexter. Dexter got his hands on him before Miguel could. 9th spot.
Touch your blood, man.
I like Freebo, but again, you know, not many episodes to do too much. 8th spot, we've got Deborah, probably our weakest season to date.
I'm blaming Anton.
Yeah, I mean, when she's stuck in scenes with Anton, I just don't really expect them to be that exciting. Is what it is. 7th spot, we've got Batista. didn't really show that much la passion.
No, they didn't. See when you've got a show based around a police department and like the main killer they're going after shite, then how really good can the police department be? Like it's going to filter through. Like the overall department is going to be better chasing the ice truck killer and chasing Trinity killer. That's just how it works.
Yep, absolutely. This season was focused more on Dexter and Miguel than it was the department chasing down. Because the department weren't chasing Miguel.
Yeah.
I mean, Batista doesn't even know Miguel's a bad guy.
He thinks he's
or
great.
he doesn't think Miguel done anything wrong.
He thinks he's bloody great.
And then again, he thinks Dexter's great, so I mean, it's a weird one. Alright, 6th place, fucking Albert Chung.
It's fucking Albert Chung.
Masuka. Look, I love Masuka, it's just, I don't think he gets enough screen time to really be the #1 character. He's kind of just there, isn't he?
No, he is, and that is the problem. But again, I think him in small doses works.
Yeah, I mean, if we got more Masuka, would his rhetoric get a bit old quickly? I don't know. Possibly, maybe. Who knows? 5th place, we've got Ramon Prado. Ramon. Ramon, the brother of Miguel and Oscar. A good character. We see him going off the rails. Dexter plays some mind games with him. And in the end, Dexter pretty much tells him, here, your 2 brothers are dead. Chill out before you lose your family. A little bit of a weak ending, maybe. I would have liked to have seen something better, but it is what it is.
It was a weak ending for him, and I mean, we never see him again, but it's like not everything needs to be, case closed, murder. People can just end up going back to their families at the end of the day, and Ramon does.
They can. Speaking of families, 4th place, Harry Morgan.
We got Harry Morgan. Big Harry Morgan. You can't get enough of Harry Morgan. But again, I feel like he took a back seat this season because of Miguel.
He did, because normally Harry is Dexter's friend. He's the man that Dexter leans on, but because Dexter had Miguel, we got less Harry, although Harry did warn Dexter not to share the secrets with Miguel.
Yeah, but it's probably the season where Dexter, not disowned Harry, but he just didn't listen to him.
Aye.
He thought Miguel was his new Harry. It turns out he's not. He's dirty.
Dirty Miguel. 3rd place, I got Quinn. Debut character. Probably worthy of the 3rd spot.
Yeah, I mean, it could be too high, but again, I think he benefits from the fact that we hadn't seen him before. And he's coming into a season that everyone else is just brought down by George King. But the fact it's this guy's first season and we're seeing his first interactions with people, he benefits from a fresh feeling. While everyone else is kind of remaining stagnant with George King's overlinging smell of shit. That's pretty much it.
Yeah, that is it.
But top 2, right? Dexter actually gets beat because he finishes 2nd. I wonder who beat him. Was it George King?
No, Dexter in 2nd place. Look, another great season. But for me, when you bring in a new character as good as Miguel and they're getting a 1 season and you're seeing them for the first time, I think they're having a bigger impact than the actual main character just because it's fresh and it's new. So we've got Dexter in 2nd with Miguel in 1st spot.
Yeah, and Miguel, Jimmy Smits. I think which was unfortunate for Jimmy Smits, and I get it. The show centered around, they have this gimmick with a special guest star. But could you imagine Miguel in a season with the Trinity Killer? I think it would have been hard to actually write that. But I think what let Miguel down is that he was working with George King and then they just completely scrapped it. How much better would it have been if Miguel was working with an actual good killer rather than George King?
Aye, would have certainly been a lot better.
I love Jimmy Smits. Can't get enough of Jimmy Smits.
And look, Miguel and Dexter are definitely some of the best interactions that we've had in the show. A real bromance, so to speak. So, yeah, Miguel first, Dexter second. That's our list. Let us know your thoughts down below. We'll catch you in the next one. 32 Dexter characters ranked. Till next time, guys. Peace.